Now, the one issue that I'm getting probably, and coming through our website, we're probably getting 10 questions an hour on this. And it's because everything is changing. And yes, we're talking COVID again. So here we go. Let's talk about restrictions on gatherings and movement. And movement is the one thing that we're really wanting to talk about at the moment. So this is about this public health order. Now, again, finding the public health orders can sometimes be a little bit difficult. But, Google's an amazing thing, or whatever search engine you use, amazing thing. Actually, Google public health order, movement and gathering, or public health order COVID, or public health order Delta. They'll all come up with your same one. So, this under the public health order about temporary movement and gathering restrictions, again, it's a changing game. So, and there's a whole lot of information in there about a whole lot of industries. And obviously we want to pick out the few words in there that relate to real estate agents. So as a real estate agent in New South Wales, at the moment, it's the 18th of August. So as of today, we're most interested in that movement issue under this public health order. So now, whilst this relates to Greater Sydney, so Blue Mountain, Shell Harbour, Wollongong, Central Coast, it's suggested that with the current, I would suggest that with the current full lockdown on New South Wales, it would be good practice and certainly relate to regional New South Wales as well. So we would recommend that when you're actually travelling within your local government area for work-related activities, that you have some specific documents with you. So if you're stopped, and we see it on the news every night, we see it on Facebook, we see it all over the place, that people are being stopped by law enforcement officers, whether it's the army, whether it's the police, it doesn't matter. They're law enforcement officers, and they're stopping people at certain, major roads, at, small roads. Where are you going? Why are you out? Now, John and I coming into the office every day to, make sure that everything's going. The rest of our team are all working from home. And, if we happen to, John's been out to pick up something for a phone, and he's been stopped and asked by police, where are you going? He's obviously looking a little bit, dodgy about what he's doing. Personally, I've never been stopped. But that aside, they are stopping and asking people where you're going. Now, I would suggest that with you at all times, you need your driver's license. Now, a lot of you will have that loaded onto your phone. Super easy, show it up. If you don't, make sure you've got your wallet with you. So you do have your driver's, because it shows your name, it shows your residential address. They know where they know that you're in your local government area. Let's hope you're in your local government area. Have your business card with you. And again, have it loaded on your phone or have it somewhere, but something that shows the street address of your agency. So again, showing that your agency's in that LGA and that you live in that LGA. So you're not playing around, or that at least one of the two is there. So if your business card doesn't show your address, then have something on you that shows the address of your agency. So, it's showing what you're doing. Have some documents with you that show the purpose of your travel. Whether it's inspection reports or agency agreements or lease documents or brochures or a contract for the sale of land, or, whatever it is, you might be going to do a one-on-one inspection with somebody. It might be in your phone, so you can show your calendar on your phone, or if you've got an old style paper diary, it's in there that's the person that you're meeting at that address. So have that with you. Also have ready some answers to the set questions. Are you travelling, that you may well be asked, are you more than 50 kilometres from Greater Sydney? If you are, have you had a COVID-19 test in the 7 days preceding that? And evidence of the test. Obviously, if you've had a test, you've received a text saying that you're negative. Because if you've received a test that you're positive, you are not out and about. Are you from an LGA of concern? So one of those 12 LGAs. If you are, you should not be outside your LGA. If you're travelling to an LGA of concern, are you travelling to an LGA of concern? The answer would need to be no, you are not. Because if you're outside of that LGA, you're not going in. Okay? All of that said, at every point on every single task that you're doing, if there is an electronic method of contact that you can use with your clients, pick that first. Be really simple about, if I can do a FaceTime, if I can send this, or I can do a Zoom, or I can, walk somebody, if I've got a good video of the property and I can talk a potential buyer or tenant through that, and they go, yeah, I've got it. Or, the tenant might say, yeah, I understand. Yeah, that's great. So, it is about that. Read the public health order. Now, remembering that also ask any potential purchasers or tenants that are wanting to inspect a property, ask them where they're travelling from. Okay? It'd be wise when you get to a property, ask them to show you their driver's license. It's a fair call. If they're from an LGA of concern, they shouldn't be coming to the property. Okay? This will at least confirm if they've travelled from one of those LGAs of concern. Okay? What we're getting and what's been announced this week is that a permit system for people to enter regional New South Wales will come into effect on Saturday. So 12:01 a.m. So first thing Saturday morning. So in relation to property, on this, it's related to obviously to a whole range of things, but our interest here, that in relation to property, any person wishing to travel to regional New South Wales must have a permit, which will be on Services New South Wales. I presume it'll be on there from Saturday. It's not on there yet. Okay, so that would be for people who are inspecting real estate. So any person that's inspecting real estate in these regions must now genuinely be looking for it as a home to live in, not for an investment property, not to use it for an Airbnb, not for whatever they want it, but it must be they're genuinely looking for it to be their place of residence. If you're traveling to if it's a second home or, holiday house or an investment property, it's only allowed if you're using the home for work accommodation. So you work, somewhere near there, or you're there for a business reason, or if the home is requiring urgent maintenance and repairs, and only one person can travel there. So this would be the case for investors who need to get a property ready for rental or for sale. I was talking to an agent who said they had somebody coming up from the Hawkesbury region who was wanting to go up into the Bathurst region. One person, once the tenant is out of that property, then they were looking to, do some work to actually sell the property. So, there's, they can do that, but remember there are restrictions around that. So making sure that you refer back to the Public Health Temporary Movement and Gathering Restrictions Order and follow that through with wherever you happen to be. Because really, we've got 3 sets of rules. We've got the local government areas of concern, remembering that they are not all within the Greater Sydney area. There are some outside of the Greater Sydney area now. But there are the 12, as of today, the 12 local government areas concerned. Then we have the Greater Sydney area, including, Blue Mountains, Central Coast, Shell Harbour, Wollongong. And then we have the whole of New South Wales. So we've kind of got 3 levels of law. So it's really hard to say, it's one rule fits all, because it's not. They're close now that the whole of New South Wales is in a lockdown. But you do need to make sure that you're doing the right thing for your area. So either, get the public health order and make sure that you have a read of that. If you can't find it, send a email into the college and we will send you the link. Okay, so really, really simple stuff. But just remembering that when you go to that link, don't save it down and save it as the word of the government, because it will change. You need to go in and get that from the link every single time and check what date it was updated. It always has on the front page what was the last update. It has, it almost goes for half a page, all the updates at this point in time on the very front cover. The last one, the one that's current, is the last update was the 14th of August, so 4 days ago. Okay, and I would suggest that we'll probably get another one on the 21st when they're actually talking about, they've already referred to the 21st in terms of entering the travel permit, entering into regional New South Wales. So we may or may not get one, but it's constantly changing. So just make sure you have got the most recent order that you're reading.